Good morning. It is the Thursday morning update. It is, June 25th. I'm Mitch Hacker. I'm a business lawyer in Clark, New Jersey. And my practice is mostly about drafting the agreements that you use to run your business and maybe your life if you include the wills and trusts and all the estates that I do. I talked last week about contract drafting, so I'm not going to get into that today. We'll be revisiting issues over the week. But I got into a discussion with somebody this week about how we use lawyers. And it's kind of similar to the way we use doctors. We don't call our lawyer to be proactive about things, to say, hey, what's the right way to do this? What's the wrong way to do this? We don't keep them around on retainer. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We tend to call lawyers when we have a problem. We get something in the mail from a state agency, or we get a lawsuit in the mail, or a threatening letter, or a client isn't paying us, and those types of things. And so we're not really proactive about it. So I wanted to tell you, and I'm not the only person that does this, but I have a monthly retainer program. I'm sure plenty of attorneys would work on a monthly retainer. I don't know if they have a formal program, but if you ask them, they'd be happy to do that. So for as little as $2.99 a month, I'm available to my clients. I generally don't like to answer questions one-off all the time from people that are just calling me. If they call me once, fine. But if they keep asking me questions, they need to go on a retainer for ethical reasons and legal reasons. And also, obviously, I want to get paid for my time. So for as little as $2.99 a month, people can email me as much as they want. We can speak up to 30 minutes or so if they have issues to deal with. In my program, I also include a business plan template for them to work on their business plan, as well as 4 months of coaching to help them write the business plan and work on the business plan. For an additional upcharge, higher fees, I'll put packages together that give people access to my documents library. So simple agreements like non-disclosures or a lease or something like that, you have access to. You can go in, automate it, put your information in, document gets created, give it a quick look, and get it over to you. I have arrangements where I handle everything for people for a higher fee, and there is no additional upcharge. If you're on the $2.99 a month plan or some variation thereof, any other services, if I'm drafting a will for you or creating a custom operating agreement or forming a company, are discounted at 15%. So either an hourly rate is discounted 15%, or the full flat fee would be discounted 15%. So if you have a business and you have active issues, it's something to think about. Even if you don't have active issues, you might actually call and use me or your attorney as a business advisor to discuss things that you're thinking of doing, whether it's bringing in a partner or leasing new space or trying to renegotiate your lease with your landlord or having creditor issues and cash flow issues that you need to deal with. We've negotiated things with creditors and people that you owe money to, or people that owe money to you. And sometimes people wait till it's too late. They want to handle it themselves, and it ends up costing them more money than having me available on retainer on a regular basis. So that's a little bit of a thought for today, something to think about as we come out of the pandemic and we start to get our businesses going. I find that the people that tell me that they should have, would have, could have gone to an attorney or used somebody ahead of time, usually it's more difficult later on, because then I'm correcting a problem that's already been created and maybe could help you avoid it. Remember last week I talked about contracts. Well, a lot of contracts deal with conflict, and you can't avoid conflict. So you can't avoid having problems with tenants, or having problems with people that pay you, or having problems with people that you pay. Estate agencies you got to deal with, taxing authorities, all those kinds of things. So you want to be proactive about it so you have some peace of mind knowing that, you got someone on your team. So just a short update this week. I also wanted to mention and remind people that the podcast, The Accidental Entrepreneur, which you can find on Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio, is going to a twice a week format starting in July. So next Friday will be the last one first. That's the beginning of July. So you'll get it out this Friday and next Friday, and then we'll go every Tuesday and Friday. I'm also excited to announce, I might have mentioned it last week, that we have 3 new affiliate sponsorships. Affiliate relationships we promote their services because they're good for our listeners and for business owners. And if you use their service, they pay us a little bit of money to support the podcast, where we can hopefully improve our equipment, get people to help with production, social media postings, all that type of stuff. So that would help us. And they're good services. I'd only bring things to you folks that I use and that are good services. So watch for that. There'll be an email blast coming out this coming week and following weeks, and any of our email blasts that announce the podcast episodes also include links to these affiliates. So please check them out. If you don't already subscribe to the newsletter, go to my website, beinhackerlaw.com. You subscribe to the newsletter. I think if you're on the site for more than, 20 seconds, 15 seconds, you get a pop-up anyway. You can subscribe if you're not on the newsletter. So if you're getting email blasts about the podcast episodes, you're on the newsletter. If you're not receiving things about the podcasts, go on the newsletter. You'll also get a series of, I think, 4 or 5 emails to start out over a series of weeks, a period of weeks that will tell you more about my practice, the podcast, some of the things that you may not know that I do, and so forth. So please subscribe and get on the mailing list. If I also was thinking that I'm happy to take questions. So if people want to email me topics or questions that they want me to address that they don't necessarily want to discuss with me privately or they think would be valuable to other people, please send me an email. You can email Mitch at beinhackerlaw.com, or you can go and put it in the website in the Contact Us page, and I will address them in these little updates. So also take recommendations for guests for the podcast as well. I'm as part of the growing effort to build a community around the podcast and get a lot of questions answered for people and hopefully help people, because that's why I did the podcast. Sure, it's content marketing for me, but it's a way to help entrepreneurs and business owners and share ideas. We are launching the TAE Forum, TAE standing for The Accidental Entrepreneur, the TAE Forum on Facebook. It is already set up. I haven't really announced it, but you can sign up if you want to. It will be a place for people to post questions, to share ideas, to talk about things. I'll post information over time, and we will build a bit of a community together. That is by application, so you got to answer a couple of questions, and I think it sends it to me, and I'll approve whether you're in it. It is for business owners only. So if you are in sales and you're looking to do business, you're B2B, not going to allow people in the group for that, because I want people to be able to go there and not worry about being solicited for anything. If you are in, a business, you have your own business and you're in maybe affiliate marketing or network marketing, you're welcome to join the group as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, but one of the rules is no solicitation. So I hope everybody will adhere to that. I think that covers it for today. I'm happy to be the second week in my office, coming in part of the days, and hopefully you are too, getting out of the house a little bit. And I look forward to hearing from anybody. So questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, please send them to me. Again, Mitch Beinhacker. I'm a business attorney in Clark, New Jersey, and this has been the Thursday Morning Update.